Hey, you know, I'm so excited you're here. I've been looking for you. I wish you could be here with me because I smell really good. That's a heck of a way to start it. That's a heck of a way to start. But I was kind of looking for a it's not perfume for males, it's cologne, and so I got a little bit on back of the hand, front of the hand, cheeks. Oh, I've tried five or six of them. So, man, I am smelling good. Well, let's hope what I want to talk about today is good. We, I had an opportunity to watch some kids playing ball, and there was one team that was with the travel teams. They were a good bit more, let's say their talent level was a good bit better than their opponent. But I heard the kids talking on the team that was, quote, much better and talking about, well, this won't be hard, will be easy. Well, those of you that know me well enough to know that positivity, uh, sometimes we can get us a little bit in trouble. And I want to talk about that. Positivity obviously serves as a basis for building a bright future. And but it's a lifelong task. It's one that requires almost infinite refinement. So converting our desires to something that's going to be a real positive force in our life, it depends significantly on how we go about employing our positive thinking habits. For better or for worse, these habits have led us to our present level, and they will be the driving force behind our future. And as I watched this game between these kids, the team that was not as highly talented were doing things really right. Their thought process, their whole focus was on winning the game. And the other team was kind of going through the motions. Well, guess who won? And I watched the reaction of the team that was scheduled to win, highly favored to win, and the body language is never good. You know, we have in our makeup, our body makeup, there's an old statement, keep your chin up. Well, what does that mean? Keep your chin up. Do you realize when our chin is up and we are focused on what's in front of us, we don't think negatively? The only way to think negatively is to drop our chin, drop our head, or close our eyes. Say that again. The only way that we can think negatively when we're awake and focused on what's going on around us is that we have to close our eyes or drop our head to think about something negative. So the old statement of keep your chin up is important. But I watched these kids that been trying to focus on what they were doing, having lost the game. What happens next? You know, we don't win them all. We don't win them all because that is the nature of life. You know, experts tell us that we have about 50,000 thoughts that pass through our mind every day. Man, think about that. But we can only think about them one at a time. So the task before us is to learn to control that single thought. Think about something that's positive and not negative, about what is good and not bad, what can go right and not wrong. And as I looked at this young team, they were not focused on what they could do. They were focused on the negative side. And negatives happen. They happen in our life. And so I think in terms that there is what I have called positivity balance. You see, it's possible that too much of a good thing can turn into be a negative. That's what happened to this young group of guys. It turned into be a negative. They didn't do the things that they knew that they could do or were capable of doing. They kept thinking, well, the next guy picked me up, the next guy, this guy. No, it's a single thing. We have to focus on doing what we're supposed to do and do it in a positive manner. But I am a great believer, as you know, that the power of positive thinking and the role it plays serves immensely to be successful in life. But I'm also a great believer that if we do not know how to confront the negatives, I was thinking, do you know there's almost 600 words in a dictionary that express negative thoughts? That's right. So we can't deny that the negatives do not happen. In other words, I'm focusing everything on the positive side. Yes, but what happens when something negative pops up? How do we deal with it? Unless we face up to it, you see, it can lead to strong emotional reactions and be really the forerunner, if they continue, of a bundle of emotional issues. So the lack of positivity balance is often triggered by worry and concern that expressing negative emotions, if we express those negative emotions, that we're going to live with them. But you know what? It's wise to express them. It's wise to say, hey, I got to do better than this. I got to turn this around. So the realization is that negatives do arise in life. And unless we face up to them, many times, many times, we end up on the negative side with it like the big momentum picks up. And the next thing we know, we're in a negative trend. So admit it if there was a negative. If you did something that was not just right, admit it to yourself. And then plan for how you're going to do better. I mentioned something to the coach with this group. Coach, there's only one thing to do with today. That's to learn from it and run from it. That's our message for today. Take the negatives, face them, deal with them, and get back in a positive frame of mind. And when you do, hey, life is going to be easier and it's going to be better. I'm Lou Vickery. In fact, I don't think I said that at the beginning, did I? I'm Lou Vickery, and I want you to take a look at our website, our book website, awiseword.life/library. Our new book, Where Are You Going? A Sales, Marketing, Life Guide for an Entrepreneur. It's got a lot of wonderful stuff in it. So until I see you next time, you keep a smile on your face, keep optimism on your tongue, keep happiness in your heart. See you soon.